but you don't see a lot of like, hey, it was weird that you hung out with Ghislaine Maxwell. Hey, why don't we talk about Epstein Island more often? Why isn't that like constant blown up? You're talking about Hunter Biden all the time, but why aren't you talking about like all of these other famous people that were out there on that island doing all of this and that? And now I'm seeing advertisements for this kind of shit on this platform, which is just completely unacceptable. Like, can you just buy ad space without any sort of double checking? Like, is that not psychotic completely? Everybody knows that since Elon Musk took over Twitter, Twitter has gotten weirder. Twitter has gotten weirder, and like in bad ways. I think it is unironically a considerably less safe place for people than it was when it was still under like Jack Dorsey and the original team's stewardship, so to say. And I don't think that's a very controversial statement. I know sometimes Elon fanboys will argue about it, but that argument's been coming up less and less. Since Elon took over, he's sort of streamlined the process, it seems, for people to make advertising accounts. Why? Because he's running out of money and he needs that to happen. He also, from what I understand, fired the entirety of like the quality assurance team, or so much of them that they're not really around anymore. So like the people that actually review stuff for it to be damaging or dangerous materials are gone. To that extent, I have been seeing weirder and more depraved and bizarre advertisements for a while now. One of the ones I saw, and we covered this a few months ago, was a undressed women with this AI app. You can see any woman naked, literally the X-ray see-through eyeglasses of the 21st century. Disgusting. Another one was the Mad Muscles. Pretty funny, but very obviously, at least to me, an AI that was being controlled by a guy with a pretty powerful furry muscle art compulsion. But then this one popped up on my feed earlier yesterday night, and I was so nonplussed I didn't think I'd seen it correctly for a second. I was like, what? Why is this here? And it is an advertisement for what is very obviously, it's called S Comics Manga and Video, and it is very obviously what they call Shotokan Lolly SS pornography. This is all drawn. There's no people that can be harmed. And when I show you guys an image here in a second, don't worry, it's fully, even the stuff that was on there isn't particularly graphic. But even that, I've edited out anybody that's young. These are ads that ran on X. This is not me reposting a random user's trash. This is not me risking you guys seeing some stuff that Elon himself did not make a quick buck off. These are advertisements, which is crazy. I want to show you guys what popped up. And like I said, don't worry, it's mostly edited, but it is pretty fucking cringe. And there were several. It was crazy. There's like multiple slides of this. Now, all of these characters look like it's different art styles, right? And the cool thing is at least readers, other people that are reading through it, this ad contains content hinting at sexual activities with minors along with incest. It is not okay to be pushed as an ad. I should probably just go ahead and throw that up there real quick. So content warning. If you see red, skip ahead. Just go ahead and pop forward a little bit. This is Incredibles, and it seems like Mrs. Incredible and her fucking actual depicted as a child kid. This is the Teen Titans Go, where all the Teen Titans look like they're fucking 8. There's nothing sexually graphic on these, but like I'm just showing you this is the kind of how the advertisement looked. The blacked out sections are where I just removed obviously children. With this one is just the least sexual looking imagery, just so you can kind of get a vibe. It probably is all completely unsafe for consumption. Some of the other ones that I saw were even worse than this, and I was like, there's going to be nothing that I can't cover up. So highly grimy. And crazy that this shit is making it into advertisements at all. And I think it's a very interesting situation. First off, it kind of belies the deeper issues that are going on with X, because advertising is still content. And even if you say no mature content, you can't have mature advertisements on non-mature content, which is where this was. I wasn't like on a secret porn account or something. This was my Westside Fairy Tales account, and I was just streaming down through there. Like, this is just my standard, or not my Westside Fairy Tales. This is my Westside Tyler account. I was just going through as per normal, looking at it, and you can see, I'm not going to show it again, but it has the literal ad tag. It was just an ad, and with from a fucking verified account. So this is crazy. First off, I think that this belies a much weirder and darker problem, and that is that X, I think, as a company, has very little true separation with its intended consumer base than 8chan, which is basically crypto fascist and crypto loliclons / PDFs, 5 terabyte enjoyers. But I repeat myself. And I think that this shit is not necessarily being permitted because it is an advertisement that they think people are going to enjoy on the platform. I think this is legitimately like fucking recruitment material for creeps. I think this is like a secret handshake being put out there where they can say, oh no, it's an automated ad. It's weird. Oh, what, that one just slipped by. But like, did it? And if it didn't, like, how do you even determine who to show that to? Because first off, you can say like, oh, Tyler, it's your search history. Shout out. That's fine. It's not. You can't search for that shit on X, right? You're not supposed to be able to. So how do you pick who? How do you determine through your systems who gets shown this obviously fucking grimy ass fucking material? Like this is degenerate shit, and it is being advertised directly on the platform. Like inexcusably. I can turn the content running off, by the way. If you looked away, don't worry. The images, what they are there, are gone. It's because you click those Mad Muscles ads, I'll go going ham. I mean, like, I know that argument is there, but like, even if it was the Mad Muscles thing, that's like straight guys or gay guys, you know what I mean? But like adult men and adult animal men. I think some of this also is, it tries to put you, Tyler, you can just call them libertarians, we understand. I think some of this is also, it just has the underpinnings of an op in my mind. I don't know quite the end goal of it, but I think some of this is kind of catered around trying to put people in positions where, like, that statement, you know, like it only shows you what you want to see, is first off not true, because I don't want to see that, and I don't want to see almost any advertisement. So like, you're not really showing me what I want to see in a general sense, and I know that's not true. So why is that statement proliferating? And I think it is a deeper op by fucking creepo creeps to try to convince people preemptively to not report stuff when they see it, because the only reason they're seeing it is because it was meant for them. And so it's trying to create this secret preemptive, or this preemptive like secret shame, like, oh no, it was sent to you, so certainly you must be part of the problem. It's like, no, you sent it to the wrong person, and if I could figure out who exactly you were, I could probably put your fucking skull in half with a hammer. But like, I think unironically that this is some sort of fucking weirdo fuck op. There's always been two types of like creepy around kids. All right, it's just organized and unorganized. The unorganized ones are like those fucking lone weirdos, right? But in certain part, you get like your diddlers, and they're always connected to people with the highest halls of fame. And we're talking about fucking Elon Musk, who partied with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell and won't let that shit be posted. You don't see a lot of Epstein stuff on X, which is like one of the like most catered to conspiracy theories, and one of the most accurate, not even really a conspiracy at all, just who's there and why they were there were the conspiracy theories out there. And yet you don't see that plastered all over X, but you do see extra boosts for like anti-transgender shit, a lot of boosts for getting kids the ability to understand when they're being fucking interfered with, so to say, or not. You see anti that, but you don't see a lot of like, hey, it was weird that you hung out with Ghislaine Maxwell. Hey, why don't we talk about Epstein Island more often? Why isn't that like constant blown up? You're talking about Hunter Biden's dick all the time, but why aren't you talking about like all of these other famous people that were out there on that island doing all of the this and that? And now I'm seeing advertisements for this kind of shit on this platform, which is just completely unacceptable. Like, can you just buy ad space without any sort of any sort of double checking, like, is that not psychotic completely? Because this is just clearly one of the largest film franchises in the last 20 years, The Incredibles. So everyone knows what that is, and they know who Mrs. Incredible is, and the other people, they know that everyone wearing that red uniform is in the same family. So we can just leave that at that. But then also, like Teen Titans, which is also massive. And like drawn in, especially in like kid form. I know Teen Titans is sometimes like actually people in their like 20s and 30s and shit, whatever the fuck. Dick Grayson, Starfire, whatever the fuck. I don't care. But like clearly drawn as like children, like fucking 12-year-olds. In an advertisement? Like, and just no one that slipped by the radar. I've never heard of mistakes like that. Everyone else, like mainstream media corporations are held to like these insanely high standards by these fucking Republicans. People like Tim Pool, who was like, they get things wrong, they don't care. I can't get a girlfriend because of New York Times. They stole pussy from me permanently. Like you get that, but then like fucking Elon Musk, he's got his little Grok thing, his little AI. Is like Iran has fucking destroyed Israel. A massive fucking multi-fatality attack. And then we get like fucking like child pornography advertisements, which in fucking Republican circles, the one weird Gucci ad with the fucking like little girl thing became a 15 fucking page news cycle the day it came out for some reason. You know what I mean? And it was like, yeah, that's weird, and that probably shouldn't be exist. Or it was not Gucci, it was Kanye West's old brand. I can't fucking remember. Either way. And that's small, but then like this happens, and like I'm the only one that's noticed it so far. It's got a community note, so like literally hundreds, if not thousands of people have to have seen this and been like helpful for it to like show up, right? I just the amount of saturation you have to have for a post to even get community noted should be pretty crazy, and it's an ad, so it's paying for saturation. Like that should be fucking exploded, right? That should be exploded, and it should be very hard to ignore. And I'm gonna say, like, if the actors that are on the side normally that like would freak out about this shit don't, I've got to say fucking op. I've got to say op. Balenciaga, thank you. Balenciaga. Shout out for when I get like 1,200 people in here or whatever. 12,000. And like I make a mistake and it just goes bloop. I'll be fine with it because I barely even look at chat anyway. I turn to you guys at my times, but I have to ignore you. Otherwise, I can't see what the fuck I'm talking about. Mox Josie, I don't want to see single moms in my area and AI Elon selling money schemes, but the algo loves those ones. See a lot of jokes and memes about Epstein, but it definitely feels like it's in a way to lessen how horrific he and what he did was. Yeah. Like the Epstein list is still out there, and I think a lot of the prosecutions that are going on of these major like pedophile rings and major like sex harassment and exploitation rings that have been ongoing are all directly fucking tangentially related to that. Like the Epstein list and Me Too are the reason that we have the Nickelodeon documentary on Dan Schneider, even though 4chan has been talking about Dan Schneider since like literally the 2000s. We don't get into the depth of it. It's always just like, oh, hey, I've noticed that whatever random politician I don't like is on the list from these rightoids, but you don't really see like a lot of delving in. We don't really talk a lot about fucking Donald Trump was on that list. Donald Trump hung out with that motherfucker all the time. All the fucking time. Can literally fucking charged with rape. Donald Trump was on that motherfucking plane, on that island, and he's the kind of guy that would do shit like that. Almost no conversation about it. But like the Balenciaga teddy bear, I know I can't barely remember anything about that. But I know, like, especially your average shoe on head fan could give me a fucking day by day, play by play of every single thing that occurred around it, and it's starting to get beyond suspicious. It's starting to get weird. It feels like we're trying to distract from actual predators by trying to imagine predatory situations that didn't even exist, and it feels like it's right there in front of our face. Like literally, I don't understand how people can be like fucked up on Q shit and then see like, oh, my fucking pedophile ad snuck through. Oh, I know it's weird that you just don't see anything about the time I hung out with that fucking major pedophile and I am a billionaire who owns this. Like, we don't get into that controversy. Like, that conspiracy theory is never talked about, like never even like remotely discussed, but somehow we can fucking still talk about like Hunter Biden's dick has always got a fucking like front page seat. Haya Reichik literally just making shit up about random people who said a bad thing to her on the world. Popped up, protected, double checked, enforced, enthusiastically covered. Stone toss, known fucking 8chan Nazi. He gets revealed. Balls to the wall. Fucking removal of accounts and stuff for that. So I know you have the ability at least to just do account removal and like go through and double check all this stuff off rip, because Elon's on fucking Twitter right now. More than likely, given Elon's predilections, if it's true, he's definitely seen that fucking advertisement. And so why is it still up there? Like, I want to see his fucking phone. I want to see how often he gets it. He's on 8chan. 8chan probably has 5 of those fucking cartoons on it right now. Like being live updated. It's probably a guy who fucking Elon is one of Elon's fucking followers on his fucking sock accounts. Or he follows on one of his sock accounts, you know what I mean? He's like, he keeps up to date with this guy's work, so he's got to make sure he's always got a space here on the fucking X. I think that's the case. It is suspicion. I can't prove anything. But what I can prove is, for some reason, lolly ads, paid advertisements, paid fucking advertisements for Shota porn are on X. You can give X money, and they will run CP ads. Not even cleverly disguised ones. Like, where it's like one of those fucking like some freak show NAMBLA conference got together and they managed to like dog whistle from 18 different directions like a creepy thing into existence. It's not even fucking hidden remotely. It's just literally like, that's a mom clearly fucking doing stuff with her literal child. Here is a thinly veiled implied nudity of the fucking adult, of the teenage fucking girl character, like being tied up in something. It's clearly her fucking uniform's ripped in a revealing way, although it's not actually exposed. Like, that's just out there. It's 100% what it is, and it's being advertised. That is fucking psychotic. I don't really know what to add on top of that, but like, I'm just stunned. Like, I'm kind of like beside myself with it. And it put me in a weird position too, because I'm like, should I fucking show people that this is happening? I'm like, yeah, I kind of have to. Like, I would rather my fucking reputation get a little fucking tarnished over like the ancillary, like, oh, blah, 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 pussy farting around about it bullshit where people want to whine about like the stink of the stink of the stink on you. I would rather my reputation be a little tarnished and then just start getting the ball rolling and have people share this and be like, hey, what the fuck? Why is that happening? Then it to not go challenged. I mean, I know I'm not particularly big, but like, this is unironic. Like, this is, give it to, I don't even need my name on it. Just give this to fucking Charlie, like Penguinzo, fucking like, this is, I just need to understand. This is disgusting. I can't do his voice. Why is this happening? I guess I listen to more Charlie so I can do a voice, but like, it's just got to get out there. Westside journalist, a little bit. Twitter doing this feels like if the KKK took over your town and you can't do anything to stop them aside from move away. I mean, with them specifically, I would start letting them, I would drill their doors shut in the middle of the night and throw Molotovs through their windows. Normally I wouldn't say that out loud, but that's just a definitely way. That's just a way to solve that issue.